ActionSA claims the KwaZulu-Natal government is spending 28 million rand on the SAMAs. It's demanding answers from the Provincial Economic Development Department. The party says the money had to be moved from other projects. But the KZN government is denying all of this. It says 20 million will be spent over 3 years with an expected return of over 350 million rand. Let's get some clarity around the situation now from the KwaZulu-Natal Economic Development Spokesperson, Ndabezinhle Sibiya. Mr. Sibiya, thank you for joining us. We really do need some clarity on the situation. You did say that you believe a lot of miscommunication and perhaps some political motivation was behind the information and the messaging around this situation.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Good morning to the viewers at home. Well, indeed, we issued a statement indicating that the funding process for the SAMA Awards it was above board, free of any irregularities, and we respect elected public representatives that are in the legislature and even those that are outside of the legislature. But we believe that here we have someone who is belittling all our efforts that are aimed at stimulating this important sector of our economy, the culture and creative sector. And we believe that here someone is communicating a message that those that are in the creative sector, they do not deserve having a decent living wage. They want to see the creative industry, those that are in the creative industry, living in conditions of squalor, and we are disputing the message that is being communicated, fabricated, and it is being circulated through various platforms, and journalists are sending these messages to us, and we are saying government has got an obligation to intervene into different sectors of our economy. If you look at the National Development Plan, it's very clear 11.3 million jobs must be created by 2030. And here in KwaZulu-Natal, we've got a provincial growth and development plan, which is very clear. We must intervene into different sectors of the economy. We must create jobs, and we are projecting creating 1.3 and above jobs by 2013. The culture and creative sector is very important in our economy. We believe that the money that is being invested is going to create many job opportunities. If you look at the era where we're coming from, we had COVID-19, which destroyed many sectors of our economy. The creative sector was the hardest hit, and we are intervening as guided by all the legislations that are there in the country.
Mr. Sibiya, we'll get to this breakdown of the return on investment that you say the province will have, which is about 350 million rand. I do believe, however, it is important that opposition parties keep an eye on government expenditure on behalf of its citizens. So here are some of the issues or the line items that on social media citizens were questioning. It was the 6.5 million rand that will be spent on the Lifetime Achievement Gala, the 3 million on the goodie bags, and the 11.5 million on the broadcast. Those were some of the things that people seem to have a problem with. Mr. Sibiya, are we saying that there's nothing out of the ordinary in terms of these expenses?
Well, I think what one needs to emphasize is that there are processes that must be followed. As we indicated, at all times, all categories of staff, in the department, as well as in our entities, they continue to seek guidance from Provincial Treasury, who remain the custodian of procurement processes. It is for these reasons that over the past financial year, 2022-2023, we attained clean audits, and we send submissions to Provincial Treasury, and they now and again they will guide us to tell us where to cut, where to add, and we can confirm that the procurement processes are still underway. And as we indicated, the funding process is above board, it's free of any irregularities. The documents that are being circulated, are documents that are not, marked confidential. It is the documents that are available to the public, and we are saying, unfortunately, in the process of ensuring transparency, official and public documents, have been weaponized and are being used against the department just to scandalize this national event with global following. We can indicate that a submission was made. It was sent to Treasury as part of the procurement processes, and Treasury commented on the procurement, on where to cut in terms of spending, on where to move funds. It is a normal process that is undertaken over the past 20 years, over the past 25 years. We follow all these processes. Government departments are obligated to send submissions to provincial treasury to seek guidance, and that is why we indicated in our statement that in the past we've hosted national and international events successfully with millions of rands generated into the provincial economy. All these events that we've hosted, we followed the processes. There's nothing new here. It is the process that is dictated by the provincial treasury, and when they send documents back to us, we comply. We are complying, and that is why we are also indicating that we respect members of parliament that are elected. We know that they represent the aspirations of the people, but we do understand that the period that we are in, we've got elected public representatives that are also on a campaign mood. They are campaigning. They want to win votes. In the process, they are going to be involved in the campaign of disinformation. They are going to use documents that are available, to sow confusion and to pit the government of the people against its people. We are very clear. We want to stimulate all sectors of the economy. Earlier on, you spoke about, the clothing and textile industry. That is a very important sector of our economy that is linked to the SAMA Awards. We'll have a fashion show where we'll be giving the fashion designers from KwaZulu-Natal in different parts of KwaZulu-Natal the opportunity to showcase their material. And we are saying we are part of the BRICS bloc, and we are exporting some of these products that are manufactured here in KwaZulu-Natal into different countries in the BRICS bloc. Next week we'll be having a tournament, a soccer tournament, in a tournament involving countries in the BRICS bloc, and as KwaZulu-Natal, we continue to put forward bids, to host national and international events. We want KwaZulu-Natal to be a haven for investment. We want KwaZulu-Natal to be a destination for tourists.
It's important also to notice, Mr. Sibiya, that, as you said, this will create job opportunities, and from some segments within the arts and culture industry, this is welcome, this 20 million rand investment, because it will create much needed income for artists and alike. My last question, we are out of time, Mr. Sibiya, is let's then perhaps look at which coffer this 20 million rand investment will come from, and a very brief breakdown on how we get to this return of investment of 350 million rand. Just briefly, please.
Well, I think what is important is that the Department of Tourism, it is a department that was established in 1994 when we attained freedom and democracy. As you all know, we've had quite a number of MECs over the years, and we are stimulating the tourism sector. That is why last week on Thursday, the MEC for Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Siboniso Duma, met with the mayors in Uku, Sports and Leisure, and it was agreed that as part of a build-up to the SAMA Awards, we'll have activations in various municipalities. We will go to Umkanyagude, where there is a game reserve there. We will be interacting with communities. All the machinery, the SAMA machinery, the celebrities, and all the the artists, the creative sector, they will be there interacting with communities so that the communities can begin to benefit from hosting such a global event. We will go to Tugela district. You have quite a number of sectors of the economy. We've got events coordinators, events managers. We've got the artists from the local community that are going to benefit. If you look at the culture and creative industry, it accounts for estimated 3% of the GDP, and it employs more than 1.1 million people. If you look at KwaZulu-Natal, we account for the largest share at 53%, and we are saying there's just a lot of investment. The airtime that is going to be, accessible to us as KwaZulu-Natal is more than 500 million across all mainstream, media and social media platforms. If you look at the figures from last year, the 2028 SAMA Awards, more than 28.9 billion consumers of content globally were able to consume the content from the SAMA Awards, and we are saying it's free marketing for KwaZulu-Natal. The money that we're investing, it is going to come back. It is going to stimulate the hospitality industry. It's going to stimulate the tourism industry. It is going to stimulate the liquor industry. Again, on Thursday, the MEC Sponsor Duma met with the chairpersons of board of entities, our entities.
Yes.
He met with the CEOs, and they spoke with one voice in saying it is the time for all of us to hold hands and work with the people of KwaZulu-Natal to stimulate all sectors of the economy. We cannot leave the tourism sector behind. We have to move forward. We have to create a hope for a better future. Those that are belittling the efforts that are there in terms of stimulating the sector of the economy, they want to see KwaZulu-Natal regressing in terms of employment. It is unfortunate that the truth is becoming a casualty here, purely because some of the elected public representatives are on a campaign. They are using job opportunities that we are creating to create confusion.
Yes.
The department, as we speak, is complying with all the legislations that are there, and we are saying our economy, our future.
Thank you so much for your time and coming to clarify some information there at ENCA. We will, of course, keep tracking that story for you and bring you all the angles. That was the KZN Economic Development and Tourism Spokesperson, Ndabezinhle Sibiya.